Hello there, Internet. It's MegaMogwai here, and I got another video for you guys today. And today is the day. As you can see, we are a little bit less than 40 minutes away from the Mythic Championship qualifier, and I am ready. I'm actually not ready. No mom spaghetti for me. I'm going to end up bringing this deck list right here, but I do have my doubts. Naturally, the metagame is very diverse, and this deck does have its bad matchups, but I'm going to explain today why I opted to go with, as you can see, Immortal Gruul, which is a deck that I took heavy inspiration from Canister, who is one of the MPL players. I was messing around with Gruul myself. As you guys saw yesterday's video, I showcased Wet Gruul with Hydroid Crassus and Nisa, and I saw Canister, bringing the idea of taking a more aggressive variant of Gruul with Immortal Sun in the top end, and I was very intrigued by it. I played it myself in yesterday's stream, and I stayed for the entirety of the stream. I basically dwelled around in the top 100 of Mythic rank. Like, I never went, below top 100, and I maxed out at top 26 in the ladder. That's as high as I made it. And it was with this deck list right here, or at least a very similar variant. I'm still tweaking a few cards here and there, trying to optimize it the best I can, trying to see if I can adapt well to what I expect to be seen. So if I upload videos from the Mythic Qualifier tomorrow, and you guys see me playing a different sort of deck, like, certain cards are missing and some new ones, it's because I had like a last minute, epiphany or something, and I switched it up a little bit. But this is the main idea. Immortal Gruul is an aggressive Gruul deck that aims to use Immortal Sun as a top end win condition. Though it's not really a win condition, it's just there as a tool to nullify Planeswalker and Super Friend decks. The win condition, or our real big power plays, are 4 copies of Scargin Hellkite, and as you can see, 1 Charging Monstersaur, which is a very late addition to the deck. It's, my own idea. I figured I could use an extra, 5 mana haste, behemoth that just can deal damage and finish off a match. And I think Charging Monstersaur is honestly very solid. For 5 mana, I get 5/5 trample haste, so they can't chump block him to prevent the damage. And a lot of times, it can just be a good finisher for me. So the idea, as I said, is to have an aggressive variant of Gruul that tries to abuse Land of Our Elves in a very significant way, as we have very menacing 3-drops that can really pick up the pace and pressure the opponent right off the bat turn 2, if we do get that turn 1 Land of Our Elf. Turn 2 Legion Warboss is extremely menacing, regardless of the matchup. If we have Lightning Strike or Shocks on top of that to stop their 2-drops from blocking, we can get tremendous tempo on our opponent, and it's just overall very menacing. But so is turn 2 Domri Anarch of Bolas. Domri Anarch of Bolas enables us to apply pressure by giving +1 attack to all of our creatures, as we are a heavy creature-based build. But on top of that, he also enables us to ramp, which is very important because we could potentially turn 1 Land of Our Elf, turn 2 Domri, and turn 3 Scargin Hellkite or Monstersaur, and that is a very powerful line of turns, or sequence of turns, or English. Also, his -2 is very relevant with all of our creatures. We can use this to get the upper hand board-wise versus other creature-based decks. We have, for our 2-drops, 4 copies of Growth Chamber Guardian, 3 copies of Thorn Lieutenant, 3 copies of Zurtal Goblin, and then we have, like I said, Legion Warboss and Gruul Spellbreaker. Fantastic 3-drop that is very flexible, can be both an asset defensively or an asset offensively speaking, as we can give it haste, or we can go with a 4/4 thick body that can be very good against Jeskai Walker decks, as they rely on Deafening Clarion to clear the board. So 4 health is a big deal, and against other slower decks, we can just use the haste to take them down. So the reason why I'm playing Thorn Lieutenant is because I think Thorn Lieutenant is very good, and as you can see, something that may catch your attention with this deck is that we are not playing Rekindling Phoenix. We're playing a Gruul deck, and not even Gruul, we're playing red as a color, and we're not playing a single copy of Rekindling Phoenix. Why, Miguel? What's wrong with you? What happened? You used to be good at deck building. Well, it turns out Rekindling Phoenix is not that good in this metagame, because the reality is nowadays you're either facing a red focus deck or a Teferi Time Raveler deck. The metagame is very diverse, but the vast majority of matchups are going to be one or the other. Red focused decks all bring in 4 copies of Lava Coil post sideboard against you when they realize you're playing red yourself, because they're anticipating the likes of Rekindling Phoenix. When it comes to Teferi Time Raveler decks, Teferi Time Raveler is overall a very big nuisance for Rekindling Phoenix decks, because if you play Rekindling Phoenix, they can play Teferi Time Raveler and they can bounce it back. Or the Teferi Time Raveler that was already on the board, that we haven't been able to damage, can bounce it back. And I found out that, when I was playing the Wet Gruul deck on the ladder, like 3 out of 4 times, every time I play Rekindling Phoenix, it would get bounced out of Teferi Time Raveler. It seems like a very high number, but it happened. It felt like it happened every single time. And I never really got good exchanges out of the bird. And the reasoning for us not bringing it is because mainly we want to focus on haste. Haste is a very powerful keyword that is one of the main answers to Planeswalkers now, if you're not playing, Planeswalkers or Black yourself. So by having haste as a keyword, we can directly attack the Planeswalkers upon entry, and it can be a very nice way for us to finish off Planeswalkers instantly. And that is a very, very powerful thing. Also, Thorn Lieutenant is very good against the Teferi Time Raveler, because if the Teferi Time Raveler targets it with the -3 to bounce it back to your hand, you will leave a 1/1 token behind that will finish off their Teferi Time Raveler as well. If they bounce back to Zurtar Goblin or Gruul Spellbreaker, then we can just bring it back on the board, give it haste, and do, the same thing that we did before. That's why Skargan Hellkite is so good in this metagame, because versus red, we have a 5/5 that survives Lava Coil and gives us a very powerful blocker that can block their opposing Phoenix as well, potentially. Also, with the active ability that we can trigger with 4 mana to deal 2 damage amongst, any targets that we want, which can really go a long way in those sorts of matchups. Or versus more control-y Esper, or just not Esper really, like, Planeswalker focused builds, we have a 4/4 flyer with haste that can finish off a Planeswalker immediately upon entry. And that makes Skargan Hellkite a very, very powerful, very good 5-mana creature card in this metagame. And that is why I'm running 4 copies of him. And like I said, an extra copy of a 5-drop, haste unit in Charging Monster Sword to kind of like give us a poor man's Skargan Hellkite that could potentially sometimes even be better because of the fact that it's dealing 5 damage and not 4 with haste, right? So that is the main deck right there. Immortal Sun to shut down Planeswalkers, Lightning Strike and Shock to give us good early game removal, but also tools to deal direct damage in case we want to finish off our opponent's life points. When it comes to the sideboard, I have 3 Lava Coils, 2 Collision Colossus, 2 Fire Cannonades, 3 Thrashing Brontodons, 1 Living Twister, 2 Experimental Frenzies, and 2 Ripjaw Raptors. So the reasoning behind this sideboard is we want to enhance our matchups versus Mono Red. We also want to have an answer for Grixis, which I'll go into in a bit. We also have Fiery Cannonade for the Mono White matchup, which is one of our worst matchups. I'm a little bit worried about running into Mono White, honestly. And of course, Lava Coil is also very important for any sort of green-based matchup in which you're playing the Wall Growth Walker package, right? Wall Growth Walker is a big nuisance for us. And another thing that we're somewhat weak to, honestly, even though we do have our tools to pressure the 4-mana Planeswalker deck, they can also halt us with a well-timed Wall Growth Walker. So having as much removal for it as possible is absolutely key in that matchup. Collision Colossus is there to enable us to push damage. It's a good answer for Jeskai Walkers, as it can trade with one of the Sarkhan Dragons that they leave behind, or it can enable us to push for lethal with Colossus's +4 power. On top of that, we have 1 Living Twister alongside 3 Thrashing Brontodons. And you can see 2 Ripjaw Raptors, which I did talk about yesterday. These are mainly techs for Mono Red. They're thick creatures with a lot of toughness that is hard for Mono Red to deal with. And on top of that, Thrashing Brontodon enables us to deal with enchantment-driven decks as well. Living Twister is pretty flexible and kind of mitigates a little bit of Gruul's weakness to Mana Flood, as that is one of my main concerns. If I get mana screwed, or mana flooded in these games, I can run out of steam really quickly. So the cards like Living Twister can come in, because I like the 4 Legion War Boss lineup game 1, because it can really catch the opponent off guard, but then I can switch it up a little bit with some Living Twisters and some Thrashing Brontodons, depending on what matchup I'm facing, right? Because there's a lot of matchups in which Legion War Boss is not really as relevant. And Experimental Frenzy is there mainly for the Grixis matchup and any other matchup in which I feel like I really need to make sure that I don't run out of steam. There's not really an Experimental Frenzy list. Like, it's not a deck that really works super well. We're not mono red, but this card is extremely powerful against Grixis and will enable us to not run out of steam against them, because even though I think Grixis is a bad idea for this tournament because it doesn't really handle mono red well and it doesn't beat Experimental Frenzy, I still think there's going to be people who bring Grixis control, and I want to make sure that I don't have a bad matchup against them, because that would be upsetting, because I would be losing to a deck that's unfavored in general, and that would feel even worse, I think. So that is the build right there. I'm going to showcase gameplay that I had from yesterday's stream. Like I said, dueling around the top 100, had some really good matches, and the deck performed overall really well. Very happy with it, but we'll see how it does in today's event. I will definitely perform my best, and I think I will have some content ready for you guys tomorrow regarding the actual event, which I will stream, and of course I will record as well. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed some good old Gruul in this Planeswalker filled meta, as hopefully this deck puts in the work, and most importantly, hopefully you enjoy the games, because that's what you're here for. You're here to watch some Magic the Gathering gameplay, and that's what I'm going to give you. So have a whole day. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the games. I'll see you tomorrow. What happened to the Timur variant? I still like it. I like Nisa Crassus into Gruul a lot. Like, I still like that deck. The problem is, there's a lot of people playing a land destruction deck right now. A Golgari. It's like a Golgari deck with like 4 Field of Ruins and 4 Assassin's Trophy, which is designed to capitalize on the heavy abundance of tricolor decks. And therefore, us playing Timur with a tiny blue splash, that deck can just get completely demolished by that strategy. We don't need another 2-drop here. Japanese Golgari, exactly. Japanese Golgari has made quite the scene. We're gonna zap this. That's what I was fearing. Oh, guys, Magic is easy. You just draw what you need. God, I'm good at this game.
This isn't a fight you can win. Keep up the pace.
I'm gonna go Skargan. Okay. Was not anticipating. I was anticipating a Tyrant Scorn, not a D-Spark.
Let's skip to the good part. No more games.
Surprise, motherfucker. This is where I would want Immortal Sun.
Hurry!
Ah. God damn it.
I won't let you win. You know what? I'm not done yet.
I'm just gonna shuffle my deck. Oh, I was gonna top deck I'm gonna top deck a dragon. Gravity time. Oh no, that's good. That's good, because he was gonna steal it from me.
No time for a break.
Is that a Skargan?
No longer stand by and watch. This might be a bad idea.
Okay. Oh, for fuck's sake. Double shuffle for good luck.
Hold that thought. Let's try this.
Don't mind me, I'm just waiting for my Immortal Sun top deck, baby. Oh, well, never mind. Is that a dragon? Oh, no, that's even worse. Alright. He nullified us quite well in the end. We need a Fiery Cannonade and 4 Lava Coils here. I also don't mind Collision Colossus. And Living Twister doesn't look that bad here either. I don't like Legion Warboss in this matchup. Though to be fair, now that I'm on the play, it can be pretty decent actually. I don't dislike Living Twister because in the late game it can be. It's a decent top deck maybe in the late game, but that's pretty much it. I think now that I'm on the play, I actually do want the at least a couple of war bosses. I don't think I like the Thorn Lieutenants here.
Here comes the DJ.
Though I mean, the Thorn Lieutenants are actually better than the Goblins because the Thorn Lieutenants enable me to like punish Teferi a little bit. I actually don't dislike him. Maybe one Collision Colossus is all I need. Maybe he's fine like this. I just got subbed there. Well of Souls with the 2 months. Thank you, buddy. Thank you so much, man. Let's mulligan this. I'm gonna keep because if I find a red source of mana, that's perfect. We gotta turn to Legion War Boss in the makings. That's just too good. Come on, baby. No answer. That's fine. Got just right under him. Oh boy, are we gonna go heavy on him. Now Legion War Boss is not as hot. Still good. Like, don't get me wrong, it's still a good card. I mean, that process could repeat itself again. It's not like like, the thing is, Thorn Lieutenant is decent, but it's decent. But in a dragged out match like that, it's not like I'm gonna keep it like this, honestly. I'm gonna keep. 2 Guardians is not a good thing, but I have a 3-lander. And the 3-lander is hard to say no to. But obviously no answers to his threats is a bit of an issue. Alright, Gruul Spellbreaker gone. Say hello to Chamber Guardian. Show me that Thief of Sanity. You know you want to.
Let's slow this down.
My God, you're one annoying fucker.
No, I am not making this up as
You know that, Teferi? You are one annoying prick.
Here we go.
You don't have another one, right? You ain't got another one. It's fine.
Oh, I've done the
Hero thing before. Cool story, bro.
It's only a matter of time.
Okay, give me a land, baby. Give me a land. Attaboy. Let's smack him. Let's smack him hard. Oh, look who it is.
Right on schedule. Goes nothing.
We just kind of ignore Teferi at this point, right?
That's more like it.
Be careful. I'm alright, no more getting pushed around.
Ah! Nice. Nice. I start tilting easily. Terrence Hill. Is that a name I should know? Because he's number 4 on the ladder. Regardless, we're going to play Elf turn 1. Is Terrence Hill playing mono red? A Sacred Foundry. This could easily... This could be Jeskai. This could be Jeskai, which makes me want to do this. I miss out on 3 damage, but if he's playing Deafening Clarion, and he's playing Jeskai Walkers, I'd rather have thick 4/4 Gruuls instead of 3/3s that just, like I said, die to Deafening Clarion. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Alright, so Jeskai Walker is confirmed. And we are just 1 mana away, ladies and gentlemen. 1 mana away from greatness. Let's keep getting these 4/4s in there.
This was overwhelming.
I have a feeling his head is gonna explode. Come on, tearing this hill. Self-destruct for me, will ya? It'll make my life so much easier. Ah, he's a fighter. Ooh, we're close, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not going to play this one because he could have a Cleansing Nova. Alright. Alright. Ripjaw Raptor is generally good if the Fairy Time Raveler wasn't a thing. Living Twister is actually not bad as a potential, but I mean, honestly, like, I kind of just like this lineup the way it is. Legion Warboss obviously is more vulnerable to removal, but I don't think I want to sub it for anything, or do I? I mean, I just like the ability to, like, get a... I mean, he's got the Clarions. He's got a bunch of, like, removal. Maybe I should take Collision for Sarkhan Drakes. I mean, I got... Yeah, like, not being able to remove those is... I actually like Collision Colossus. Especially because now I'm on the draw. Yeah, I actually like Collision Colossus. I should take out the Shocks, though. I should have taken out the Shocks for it. Not the Legion War bosses, I think. But I like Collision Colossus, not only because of the fact that it answers Sarkhan's Drakes, but also because... Yeah, it's more than this. Okay, that's fantastic. Also because it protects against a Deafening Clarion sweep. And a draw.
By excellent timing. This might be a bad idea. That didn't pan out. Let's try this.
Alright, so I'm pretty sure he wants to Deafening Clarion on me, so this is what we have this for. Show me that Deafening Clarion. No, wait. Oh, wait, I can't. I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Be careful. All right.
I forgot about Teferi's passive. Good job, Miguel.
I've got time.
Busting heads is my bread and butter.
That didn't go according to plan.
I derped and I forgot about the passive for a second because I wanted to chain this onto that, but you got a shock.
We won't answer to other guilds.
That's annoying.
My instruction and prepare for war. My students are loyal geniuses.
God damn it.
Oh, I wish you could see your face while I'm beating you.
Unruly and naive.
You will feel the lick of my flames. Your end has arrived.
I'm starting to get miffed now. Oh, have at it, boys.
Might demands power.
No, no, put me back in.
Join my order. Unity is necessary. Every day is a new lesson.
Now that I'm going first, I definitely want to keep the land of our elves. I'm gonna go with this. I'm gonna bring in a couple of Brontodons because they also survive the like surviving the thing is very important. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. Hopefully it doesn't have a turn 1 shock. There we go, there we go, there we go. Come on, baby. Come on, come on. Yes. Come on, baby. Come on, come on, come on. Clarion. We got good damage on him, though. Beautiful. Ah! Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, we broke our record, boys. Yesterday was number 29. Today's number 28.
Here comes the DJ.
I'm gonna keep this. Vangelius with the sub. Turn 1 elf. That's no bueno. What do you have for 2 mana? Growth Spire. No lands. That's a little bit concerning.
I will protect the virtue of this world. Behold, nature's true power. How rude! Be wary of the ground you walk on.
Oh boy. We're gonna see a thick boy Crassus, ladies and gentlemen. Yikes. Yes, game's over. I want the Collision Colossus for the Crassus. Let's roll this. Nisa is powerful, yeah. Like, the fact that he rammed into Nisa and we couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, Cannonade is pretty good. I could have added Cannonade as a one-off. The problem is Cannonade can also hurt me too, because I'm still running the full-on Legion War Boss package here. We just, like, the thing is, like, ramp into Nisa is inherently extremely powerful, so we have to attempt to nullify that. We do have the Immortal Sun. Okay, we can do this. He got us in that first game. We're on the play now. We need a good hand, though, here. Come on. I'm going to keep this. It's not perfect. We have no early pressure, but we do have shock to deal with his ramp. Shit, dude. No lands, please. Oh my god, whenever I say that. Is he gonna find the Nisa again? Is he gonna be able to play a Nisa again so early? Okay, thank god. Jesus, come on. This Collision Colossus may have been a mistake. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, this was a mistake. I should not have packed this in. This should have been a lava coil.
Power surges through these lands. Rise, my elemental friend.
And we're dead. Yep. That's unfortunate. We got like super flooded that game. That sucks. That did not go our way. Monkey would have been a big help. Yeah. Monkey would have been MVP. We just got like how many cards did we actually have that game? We had a Shock, we had the Collision Colossus, and we had the Immortal Sun, and that was it. Like literally, we just literally kept drawing lands that game. It happens. Yep. Now we can't stop to light up the stage. Or that. Well, these are pretty terrible draws. What you gonna do when the mana screw comes for you? Interesting. Is Gruul what you decided with for this weekend? Yes. Unless I change my mind, I'm very keen on this deck. All right, I mean at least this one will be able to curve out, right? Why Gruul? For many reasons, actually. It's a very specific meta call. I'm keeping this hand because turn 3 onwards, I have very powerful plays against red. I'm on the play as well, which means I can afford to, you know, have a bit of a slower start. And with this hand, I know that I will not have, like, I will be literally able to curve out into anything. I would, you know, appreciate not drawing into more lands from this point onwards, because removal is something that I would be very happy to see. But, you know, whenever I ask these things, shit happens. Hello, buddy. Meet Ripjaw Raptor. I want to keep this lava coil for a potential phoenix. But this thing is a problem. I gotta deal with this.
Here comes the DJ.
Otherwise, that goblin is just gonna keep pushing damage. I really, really, really hope we don't draw into more lands at this point. Okay, thank God. Okay, we definitely can't proc this. Got him. Alright. He complains about flooding. Have you seen me, buddy? I think I want another Skargan. Yeah, Grow Chamber Guardian putting in the massive work there for sure. I'm gonna take out one Goblin for the other Skargan because Skargan is always like, if we manage to make it to the late game, I gotta enhance my chances of drawing this bomb. And we're just keeping it like this. We're on the draw now, which is obviously very dangerous. But if we can defeat mono red aggro on the draw again, then that just speaks really highly for this deck. Come on, baby. Come on. Give me something good here. Turn 2 removal. Turn 3 Brontodon. This is a keeper. Back-to-back Brontodons. I like. I'm gonna let this hit me. Even though he could enable the spectacle, I gotta make sure that I'm prepared for the Steamkin. Do I answer this? No, I'm gonna answer. Okay, if he had Steamkin, he would have played it first. I'm going to play another Brontodon. The reasoning is because if he has an Experimental Frenzy, I want to be able to answer it immediately. Lava Coil number 2. Say hello to Skargan. Double trouble. How about that thick soup of stats, buddy? How about we get that head exploding? Huh? Ain't nobody. Wait, do I have lethal? Let's attack with everything first. Because I was thinking of using Brontodon, but I'm like, wait. Do I actually like kill him? There we go. Actually, new record, boys. From top 28 to top 26, we climbing. Taking down Mono Red again. That is just beautiful. That is so beautiful.
It's a dog-eat-villain world out there.
Oh, we got a rough game 1, but then we just come back at him and we just pound their shit, and it's oh my god. I love that. I love how dominant we are over Mono Red, man. Oh god. That's so good.